Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the Strength Super Saiyan Goku and how he performs in DBZ Dokkan battle at 50%. So this Goku is pretty interesting. I think he came out with the Goku Gohan, I want to say, but don't quote me on that. But he's pretty interesting. I think overall he's a character that has some interesting design. I think he's got a very strong ability to be a good second slot unit. I do think he needs dupes. I think a lot of units nowadays need dupes when you talk about them taking on the big content. But overall he looks pretty fun. He's got attack and defense of 50%. Doesn't sound like much, but when you stack them all up, you'll see. He's got 50% attack and defense, and he's got an additional 50% attack when HP is 50% or more, an additional 50% defense for the first 5 turns, an additional attack and defense of 50% when performing a super attack, and additional attack and defense of 50% when key is 5 or more, plus an additional attack and defense of 50%, or sorry, 10% with each attack performed, and he also stacks attack and defense for 5 turns. So that's a lot of 50% going on all over the place. So he's pretty interesting. I would say could be very strong and a very interesting unit from like a build-up perspective. So we've got him here looking pretty low, 62k. Doesn't look that impressive. 4 links active, which is pretty good. He's got actually all his links active with this Gohan, by the way, all 5 links. And Goku only has 5 links, which is also probably something that's a little bit, I would say, different about him. You know, 5 links, you don't see it a lot on the unit. So Goku's got a couple strange mechanics or strange things about him that a lot of people probably aren't used to from a Dokkan perspective. So, yeah, obviously he's, going to build up, which is super important, I think, over time. Very important to understand. And yeah, from a perspective, I think he's a really good second slot unit. He actually pairs really well with the Goku Gohan unit. Now the Goku Gohan unit obviously themselves are also a second slot unit, but in theory a very nice pairing partner for them as a unit, which doesn't always happen. I want to say you don't always have like these crazy pairing partner kind of alignments and things like that. But yeah, very good pairing together, and yeah, a lot of fun actually to run. Once you get this Goku going, he can look pretty decent, I want to say. He does obviously need some time. Most units do need time nowadays to really get to their top metric. But yeah, he looks interesting to me. I, for one, am at least excited to see how he goes. Obviously, again, just building up here, just starting to like ramp up the defense, ramp up the damage as well, which I think is good. It doesn't take him too long to get going. 2 or 3 turns in, damage is definitely increasing now, you can see, which is good. We also do have some support as well, which obviously changes things a little bit. But yeah, very solid unit. A little bit of build up time, which is where I think the dupes really help him out. And obviously, again, most players I think will have a pretty good time using this guy. Obviously just a little bit different as a unit, I think, compared to maybe what other people are using or what people have seen before. Overall, I like him though. I think he's got a lot going on with him that makes him different, and I think not in a bad way different. I think pretty cool different, if that makes sense. Link wise, look, nothing too crazy. The 5 links only really hurt him from a key perspective. He doesn't really have a key link, which is probably the biggest issue this guy has as a unit. And I'm not going to say it's not an issue, because it definitely is an issue to not have a major key link. He's got Golden Warrior, which is 1 key, but to say that doesn't excite me is probably the bare minimum, I would say. Golden Warrior is really not a major key link. Like, it's not going to blow anyone's brains out having Golden Warrior. It's not that, you know, necessarily bad. It's not like it's a terrible link, but it's just not the most impressive link. It's a link that's not really going to solve any distinct problems. So yeah, obviously he's got Golden Warrior, which is fine, I guess. And here you can see the defense is starting to really ramp up. Now imagine this guy at a rainbow level. Remember, he has low stats as well. Only 4,200, 6,700 defense when he's got his 55%. So another 3,000 defense is like a 50% increase on this guy's overall stats, which is pretty amazing. So you'll see that definitely ramp up over time. He'll start to look really good because it all layers on top of each other. That's how his passive works. So very interesting, I think, for this guy, at least for me. Could be one to watch. Maybe he's in your box. Maybe you've been sleeping on him. Could be a guy that comes in and just does some good work. I'm not saying he's going to solve any runs, but he might be a very good second slot unit that you've been looking for just to help out your team. I definitely think he needs to be second slot completely. I think, keeping him without the ability to earn stacks, I think, would be a bit of a problem, because he stacks attack and defense for so long over those 5 turns. It can really help a lot. Yeah, but overall, in terms of his link set, looking pretty solid. I think Super Saiyan's good. Saiyan Warrior Race is fairly common. Golden Warrior is fairly common, as much as it's maybe not the best link in the world. It's still, pretty common. What else is there? I think that's it. Really, in terms of major links, obviously. Kamehameha, also obviously super duper common, Fierce Battle. So the link set's fine. Like, yes, it could be better, of course. It would have been nice if they'd thrown like just prepared for battle in there. I think, personally speaking, I don't know, just seems like that would have been a really great link to have. Obviously, we don't need it. Like, we don't need it, but it would have been cool to have it. I think, just because it would have made him a lot more viable as an option, at least for me. But yeah, overall, I do think he's looking pretty solid. Lots of decent linking partners on the Goku's family team, and yeah, I think he could be an interesting option to. I've said that a lot, but he could be a very solid option to incorporate into your Goku's family team. If you're looking for someone to just help out with some of the things or some of the harder events, he can definitely stack up to a decent degree. So I do think he's there as a viable option for some content. He's strength type, which pairs up well with the Gohan, and yeah, that's I guess everything you need to know. There's not too much really to assess with him, so I think he looks good, interesting, but good. That's it from me. Bye.